Here we go. Well, welcome everybody, and welcome to the Master Heart family, and Happy New Year. And it's New Year week, and for 2025, and you're going to absolutely love our time together here. And welcome. And we're going to talk about some really, we've been sharing on how do you live the magical life, and literally that we're going through these different parts of how to do it. And what I'd like you to do is consider about what you really resonate most with, what can you feel that, and so, for example, that we talked about, our inner being or the kingdom within us, to invite your inner being, your higher power, God, and all that is. Every day. We need to invite it every day, because otherwise the committee, the devil, if you will, that which we don't want will be, doors will be open for it to come in and to not make a magical life for us. And then there's also like our inner child. And so to invite every day our inner child in for more youthfulness and more fun, and to be funner, if you will, for you, each one of us, to be funner and more playful. Um, and then, though, we are going to, and in fact, today, well, we talked last time on this world, to appreciate this world, to realize like all the wonderful people in this world, all the opportunities, the abundant life, the abundant world that we live in. And today we're going to be delving into, when we a little bit later, and going into all what I call all that is, and to go into divine intelligence. So there's artificial intelligence, and this is, you can go to, Chat GPT, whatever, and you can find out all about the world and what has happened so far with the world, but it won't share with you your path, and the path that you want to be on, and the things that you desire, and the easiest and best way to be on that path. It will not help you, artificial intelligence, to become a magnet to what you want. But DI, divine intelligence, will. And so today we're going to invite divine intelligence in, and talk about that. And I want to go a little into divine intelligence, but I know that it's the holidays, and I'm sure you're excited to share the good news and the miracles and the wonderful things that have happened. And so, who wants to share some good news, thoughts, comments, great experiences that you've had over the last week?
I have a funny little thing that just happened.
Hey, Shell.
So I'm at the Orlando airport and it's getting closer to 1 o'clock and I was eating lunch with my daughters and finishing up and I was like, I have to go. Does anybody know where the phone charger thing is? Because I have a portable one. And
Yeah.
Amy's like, where are you going? And I'm like, I have a call at 1 o'clock. And my daughter's like, oh, with Dr. Hay? Ooh, Dr. Hay? Oh, can't miss that call. I'm like, no, I cannot miss it. So I thought that was pretty funny.
Yeah, that's cute. That's cute. Yeah, with Dr. Hank. Yeah, we just, and it's fun. And again, we don't put too much. And I love that you laugh about it, that, you don't want to put what you don't want, any charge into it. And it's all about really changing any situation, any person, any circumstance that we've been in. We can improve the way we look at it. And there's a blessing in everything. And, I remember Tim, one of our new members, welcome again, Tim, that, last week he shared that initially he thought something really didn't work out very well and keeping a job, whatever. And then it turned out that it actually was giving him everything he asked for. And let's see, yeah, there's some background music. I think maybe that was on your end there, Shel. And so when we start looking for the blessing, the wanted in every person and everything, that you'll see we start getting it. So that's great, Shell. Yeah, and Shell went on vacation. She had all these desires, and she wanted to travel, and she wanted to allow more money, and she's been doing that. And it's all a matter of the power that we are, the all-powerful people that we are, to ask for, think about the things we want. And not what's going on or what has been that we don't like. Because whatever I think about, I'm going to get more of it. So I'm going to think about what I want, what will be. Beautiful. Thank you, Shell. And
Yeah.
other thoughts? Hey there, Mr. Zoom user, Stephen.
Dear me, there's Stephen here. How's everybody doing? I hope everybody's well. Happy holidays and blessing to be alive and just an amazing time to be alive and seeing the
Yeah.
blessings in everything. And is probably one of the best things I can take away from this last year. And when we do see everything as a blessing, it is so much easier to deal with everything because you haven't gone from one extreme to the other. You see that there is a golden lining in all of the things that happen for us, not to us. And
Yes.
it's just amazing to sit back and actually, connect dots, see how the year went, see what was good, see what was bad, and then really try to make those changes going into 25. I see
Yeah.
a very bright 25 for all of us, and
Yeah.
all this doom and gloom that people bring up, the conspirators, and God bless them, love them all, love to hear that stuff because it's
Yeah. Yeah.
ridiculous. Isn't it ridiculous? I mean,
Yeah.
there's the balance of life, and you just really want to go in with an open heart into this next year, and make a difference.
Yeah. I love that, Stephen. And you bring up a point that for us to, we're usually thinking so much about the next year, but for us to look at, wow, what have all the blessings been this past year? And just think about that on, what has, because it's so easy. The committee will try to take you in, oh, it was a tough year. I can't wait to get rid of this year and get into the next year. Whereas, and again, then you'll get another bad year if you say that. And because you're thinking that, about the bad year that you had, but actually it's been a beautiful year.
Oh,
And when you start thinking about, the things, and with Stephen, I mean, Stephen has, been on an operating table, and I got a fresh new start on life, and had the best Thanksgiving he's ever had,
right, right.
and so when you just look at that, and just don't look at the things you don't like and you don't want. And people say, oh, what are you, an ostrich putting your head in the sand? Why don't you face reality? But this is how it is. And it's been proven by science that our thoughts create energy, our emotions, and those emotions create matter, things. Thoughts become things. So what we're looking at in our life right now, what's going on, is just our previous thoughts, the accumulation of it. So why would I be looking at what's going on now? That has nothing to do with my future unless I start thinking about it.
Grow from
And
it.
so,
We're going to grow from it.
yeah, yeah. And in fact, and I was gonna, but looking at the future. So again, looking at the past, and I think it would do us all good to take at least 10 minutes just to look at all the blessings that happened last year. And that would be a real good exercise for you to really realize things are getting better. You've planted seeds that are coming in your harvest now in 2025. And then as you look at the future, one of the ways is vision boards. And so I did a vision board of the seven archangels. And what that does is when you do a vision board, it goes from your conscious mind into your subconscious mind, and it creates that. And then I did another vision board that Shell helped us with, and a great video, just 20 minutes long, on how to do this. But look at that professional job, huh? And that's business success, that's the mind, that's the Master Heart family, and people, and connecting meaningfully with people. Here's some gold coming, angel in the middle with all about heart and doing it, passive income. And I just within the last, I don't know, 30 days, received attracted an amazing and allowed into my life an amazing way for passive income. And so, you just write it down, and it just starts coming. And really, it's one of the most incredible passive income, easy, great for everybody, that, it's just like, wow, it's so much fun. So yeah, so I love that, Stephen, on looking at our past and this past year, and when you see on how many really things did play out for you. And usually when they are playing out at the time, that the committee wants to go in and say, oh, this is bad, but actually it's helping to build everything, build a better future for all of us. Yeah.
I want to learn from all of my growth spurts.
Yeah.
Sometimes I was
Yeah.
playing hard, I want to learn from it,
Yeah, that's great. And growth, and our souls are here for three reasons. And the first one is this growth. And so we have to have this contrast of things that we don't like, don't want, whether it's people, circumstances, not enough of whatever. We have to have that in order to birth what we do want. And
Right.
God, the divine intelligence, goes right there, right when it's happening, knows what you do want. And it's that growth that puts the eternity into all of us, into you, into me, the divine, into God, the universe. And so that growth, we are the happening place in the whole universe. And we're part of it. We're an integral part of it. And there will be never anybody like you ever again. And it's like, that's how magical you are. You have birthed yourself into this amazing, amazing world. And so we're here for growth. And then we're also here for more freedom. And the number one freedom is to have freedom from your committee, from that chattering voice telling you stuff. It's just not true. That you have the power to rise above and to be empowered and to experience freedom. And freedom is also money. That really, we live in the wealthiest country ever in the history of the world. And why is that? Well, because the world keeps on getting better and better. See, all our ancestors, all those that have walked before us, that have created it getting better and better. We live better than any king and queen ever did. They never had electricity. They never had phones. They never had planes. They never had cars. I mean, we're in. And so the only sickness that, if you don't have enough money, it's just you're not thinking about this properly, and that there's plenty of money, and believe in yourself and go out and go do it. And whatever you're inspired to do, don't worry about the money. There's nothing to worry about in this whole wide world, especially money. Know that, hey, when you allow that, this is what really feels good. I want to do this. I want to be this. Go be and do that, and then you'll have everything you want. Yeah.
Can I say one more thing?
Yeah.
I found this and I thought it was absolutely hilarious, and I want to always end on something funny, and it says, to all those who I offended in 24, work on yourself so I don't have to do it again in 25.
Yeah. And again, that it's this thank you that we just aren't going to put power into the opinion of other people's opinion anymore. It doesn't matter, and they can say and do whatever, and it's fine. They're living their life. And remember, if somebody's saying something to you and they're pointing their finger, they got three fingers pointing back at them. It's about them. It's not about you. You make you about you by what you're thinking and you're feeling. Yeah.
But that's why I like that, because it's just funny. It just turns it around. It's just, Sorry, I
Yeah,
offended
you
you.
just turn. Yeah, exactly. Yeah, you just turn it around, and that's all you have to do is just turn it around. We have the power to turn it around. Yeah, other thoughts?
I've
Other
got
good.
one. I
Hey,
was
Tim.
Christmas Eve. I'm walking some guests out to their car, and two stray dogs walk up to me, and I was like, "Oh man, they have no collar, no tag, nothing." So I bring them into the backyard, and I'm gonna,
Oh.
I have this grand idea that I'm gonna reunite. I'm gonna be the Christmas miracle for some family to get their dogs back. So I post them on.
Beautiful.
They are the greatest dog. They're two huskies. They're
Wow.
beautiful. They're well behaved. They're just the best.
Oh my
And
gosh.
and I know somebody is just dying without these dogs.
Yeah.
So I post them on every social media. I've got Ring,
Yeah.
Nextdoor, all the stuff.
Wow.
Wake up in the morning, Christmas morning, look at all my stuff. No replies. A bunch of replies of people saying, "Hey, thanks for doing it," blah blah blah. But
Yeah.
nobody's saying those are my dogs.
Yeah.
Christmas Eve or that evening, I get a call from somebody that says, "Hey, I have a scanner. I can come over and see if they have a chip." I said, "Oh, perfect." Right? So
Wow.
perfect. So then now they are chipped. I get the number, I call, and
Wow.
I'm thinking, "Oh, I'm so much closer." And long
Yeah.
story short, I finally get to this guy. It wasn't easy. And I'm so
Yeah.
excited to reunite the dogs with the family. And the guy says, "Can you just take them to the pound? I don't want them anymore."
Oh no. Oh
Yeah.
no.
I was crushed. I was crushed.
Oh,
So the end of the story, I was able to reunite them with a family with two small kids, and they were
oh
looking
my.
for dogs, and so it worked out. It worked out perfect. But boy, did that take a
Oh
turn that
my.
I was not expecting.
Yeah, yeah. And that's how life is. It takes a turn that you weren't expecting. And actually, this was perfect for this family had been praying, had been wanting,
Mm-hmm.
and their two children and for Christmas and
Right.
so dogs and so their prayer has been answered. And
Yeah.
your prayer has been answered because you
Right.
said, "Oh man, I'm gonna, be the Christmas
Right.
angel, give the
Yeah.
answer." And here you did. And it's
Right.
like, oh my gosh, not the way that we think about it. And that's why, again, you don't want a heavyweight into, using the committee because the committee wants to come right in and start saying, "Oh
Mm-hmm.
man, this is awful and this guy is terrible and whatever." No, no, everything is
Mm-hmm.
playing out perfectly, and that
Yeah.
this guy, wasn't going to love his those pets and whatever, and it gave you an opportunity to make your Christmas.
Yeah. No, it worked out good, and it even worked out for the guy because he ends up being a truck driver. He's just never home. Right?
Yeah.
He said, "Hey, if you can hold them for 2 months, I'll be back in 2 months." I was like, "Oh,
Wow.
no, can't
No,
do that."
no, no.
But
Yeah.
now he's willing to work with me and then the chip people to be able to re-register the chips to this new family. So if they
Oh
ever do get
wow.
out again, yeah.
Yeah.
No, it was that, and he lives probably 500 miles north of me.
Oh
So
my.
yeah, yeah, yeah.
Those
And
dogs.
he said the last time he saw them was in August. So I don't know
Oh,
what's happened between August
Wow.
and today, but
Wow.
anyway, it was
oh God.
yeah.
You're a
The lady that
Christmas miracle, baby.
I, the lady that came
Yeah.
over with the scanner, she says, "I've seen these things work out really weird. Just be careful." And I was like,
Yeah.
"Oh no,
Yeah.
it's going to be great. It's going to be great."
Yeah.
She's like, "Okay."
Yeah. Yeah. And it was. And it
It was
was.
great. It was great.
Yeah.
It
It
was.
was. Yeah.
Yeah.
Just gave
So
a turn. That's
yeah.
fantastic.
Serendipity.
Yeah.
Serendipity.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That is amazing. 500 miles away. Wow.
Wow.
Yeah. It was crazy.
Whole state.
Incredible. Yeah.
Not in
Gosh.
California or Texas,
Yeah.
right?
My greatest moment over the holidays was on Christmas morning. I have my oldest grandson who's 8, my oldest granddaughter who's 5 are local near me, and so I'm invited, every Christmas morning to see if Santa came or not. And so I videotape this, and I actually, I have the video, and that those two just adorable divine beings, while they walk down the stairs and they run across around the corner and they see all these presents. And my 8-year-old, he comes running up, and I'm not sure exactly what he saw, but I think a pinball machine. And he goes, "Oh my God." And he's so excited. And he's going like, "Oh my God, this is the best day I've ever had in my whole life."
Mhm.
And it's that excitement. And because of his excitement, that then you get the 5-year-old girl, my granddaughter, that she's all excited and she doesn't really know what she's excited about. Like he knows, hey, there's this game, but it's just that, and that's how we are. We're vibrational beings. And so to rise up, to lift, be uplifters, we're all uplifters. In fact, I ask every day in my joy shop, in my prayers with the divine, that I ask to be even a greater uplifter to others. I ask to be a greater liberator, to liberate people from their committee. Okay. And also to be even a greater healer and to heal people mentally, spiritually, and that typically is emotionally, but also physically. And so, and there's no end to anything you ask for, wanted or unwanted. There's no end to it. And so I'm already really good at all those things, but I want to be even better, and I want to be able to instantly heal people, whatever that, and to help people and uplift them. And so, but if I'm directed and if I ask for that, then I get that. And I asked for this holiday to be the best ever, to have Christmas be the best ever. And that moment, I was right in that moment, and I knew it when I saw those two grandchildren and how excited they are. I was able to be the observer, like I'm out here observing me and realize I'm experiencing what I wanted. It's like the ultimate of, Christmas, if you will, and the presents and with children and their joy. Like I was right in the midst of that joy. And who knows, next year he's 9, maybe he knows something else about Santa or, whatever. And, but it doesn't matter about what the future, and the future will be better. Next Christmas will be great too. And who knows why, but, that the divine, as long as I'm asking for it. And I'm asking for 2025 to be the best year I've ever had, to have it filled with magic, to be living the magical life. And that's why a new book, my 23rd book that I'm writing, Living the Magical Life. And we're right in the midst of that, and this, everything we're talking about is how to live the magical life. And it's being deliberate on how I want it to be, not how it is, not how it was, or how somebody else used to be, or whatever. It's how I want them to be, and how I want it to be, how I want my business to be, my life to be. So yeah, beautiful. Thank you, Tim. Amazing.
Welcome.
Yeah, great. Yeah. Other thoughts, comments? Yeah, I'm going to take you just to share with you some of my what I'd call spiritual journey and how I was able to attract the divine, if you will, and divine intelligence, connect with God and angels, our archangels, and it's been an amazing path. And as I was thinking of it, that the divine gave me these thoughts, and in the last couple of days, I've been having these thoughts, and then I knew they were giving me those thoughts so that I could actually share them with you. And on my journey, and this amazing journey that I've had, and since we have a little time here, I'm going to share with you. And we all have our own different journey, and we can all get connected with the divine instantly, and simply by asking and just allowing that, and knowing that it will come, and you'll be guided, you'll be supported and loved to whatever you want. And so it goes back to, as a kid, my mother was very spiritual, and she was a mind therapist that she basically prayed for people, and she would help. She was like kind of like a minister, if you will, and she introduced me to a bunch of things like "I'm Okay, You're Okay," a book back in the '60s about that we're all okay, and we are all okay, and transcendental meditation, TM, and how I started getting into meditation. She did yoga, and I still do yoga to this day. And kind of a good way to look at this is that we're born into this world that, and birth ourselves into this world that the world is surrounded, and Archangel Michael has, shared this with us, and I share with you now that it's kind of like we have a black cloud around Mother Earth as far as our connection to the divine, and we have mass consciousness, being brought up in different religions and beliefs and prejudices and all kinds of things that, like our great grandparents, if you were brought up in the United States, that they lived through the Depression. So they felt that there wasn't enough. And so their parents gave it to you and you got it. Then, so we kind of, we get all of this stuff, if you will, that really isn't the truth about this life and who we are. And they're doing the best that they could. They don't mean to, put this cloud kind of, if you will, this black cloud between us and the divine. And and so in my experience that I would, so I shared some of those things. I did a sermon. I was in the Army and I was in Virginia, and I was stationed in the middle of the woods up on a big, huge tower all by myself. And I was inspired to give, maybe 18 years old, and I was inspired to give a sermon. And it was like the Sermon on the Mount. And I mean, I just could feel the divine. It was just amazing. And but then life happens and you kind of get away from, oh yeah, that magical time. And and you may want to write down some of these people there. They were really amazing and impacted me. But Edgar Casey, he actually was in Virginia, and Edgar Casey just had amazing ways to be able to connect with the divine, and he was able to connect with the divine. There's also, and again, if you Google this or whatever, and I haven't even Googled it, it's this is just my experience, and I'm sure it's up there. But Seth, Seth, and Seth was able to communicate with the divine intelligence, and get the answers and solutions and understanding about life and how life plays. And then most recently, there is Abraham. And basically, it's all the combination of Edgar Casey and Seth and whatever. And again, you don't need to just have clarity on this, that they've all come together in what has now been called Abraham. And so, not necessarily the Abraham of the Bible, even though that's part of it, it's all divine intelligence. And so, Abraham is a great way for you to just invite Abraham in. And Abraham is really the wizard of understanding life and how it plays. And so it's kind of like inviting God in, okay? And it's just that it makes it a little bit more personable, like when I talk about the archangels, that really all of this is just loving energies. And we're able to, but how do you describe the loving energies? So I described like Michael and a blue light energy, angel dust. And it's just to, and again, whatever feels best for you, whatever you connect with, that's your way through the black cloud. And so, whatever you're thinking about, whether it's God, Christ, Buddha, Abraham, that your inner being, your inner child, that whatever you feel a connection with, that's your fastest path. Because it doesn't matter, you just need the divine, and it's all connected and interconnected in order to really live the magical life. And so let's see, Napoleon Hill also, I co-authored a book with Napoleon Hill. Napoleon Hill wrote Think and Grow Rich, and he wrote it back in the 1930s. I got his original manuscript, which is public domain. And then, and what I found is that the word vibration was eliminated from his original manuscript. And so the publisher said, look, you're too much already, and that, we're not using this word, people won't understand it, et cetera. But he talks about in his book, and then our book that we did together, Think, Feel, and Grow Rich, instead of just Think and Grow Rich, it's the feeling. So you can't just say, hey, I want a lot of money and expect to get money. You got to have the feeling, wow, I just love more money flowing to me. And there's abundance of everything. And money, there's an abundance of money and love and joy and everything that I want. But Napoleon Hill, he was a rock star. I mean, he would go into his mind, into the divine, if you will, and he'd invite all kinds of people onto his board. He had his own board, like a boardroom. And he had Abe Lincoln, and Abe Lincoln kind of had a personality, like he'd show up late, at board meetings and stuff. And it's just rocking. And some people say, oh, this is all too far out there or whatever. No, this is it. Einstein, he didn't have the formula for energy. He didn't get that formula by what he was taught or whatever. He went up to, and let's kind of call it space, if you will, but his imagination, and that's where those formulas came from. And to understand energy, and they came in, and then he had the formulas, and then he tried them, and sure enough, they worked. But it's like, this is where everything, all the answers that we want, all the solutions that we want for our lives are all with the divine. They make it happen. We ask to have it happen, and then the Father does the work. So it's ask, which is our thinking, and then the Father does the work. Now, hearing all that, what are your thoughts? What do you think about that? Yeah.
I think we actually do co-create this world with the Father, and it's our thoughts and our actions that really do bring it to pass. And if you don't, just like you say, that feeling part is like that leaves it empty if you don't actually, feel that. What would it actually feel like? And embrace it, embody it, however you can do it. Imagination is a really big one that helps me a lot. The vision boards are great, like Michelle did this, solid. All of that brings it together, right? It's not just one of them, it's all of them.
Yeah, that's great. And so here's a great one. Maybe you want to write that down to ask every day. I want to expand my imagination. Very practical. Okay. And expand your imagination for what? For more answers, for more solutions, for more of what I want. I want to become a magnet to all the things that I want, to wonderful, delightful, uplifting people, to more business, to more easy money, to more passive income, to more joy, to more laughter. And if you just fill your mind, just get consumed, be like a sponge and just fill your mind with all of this. And what it does is you become so powerful, you go through, back to the analogy of the cloud, you break through that cloud. Another way of looking at this is the heavens part. Ooh, the heavens part, and bring you everything that you have wanted. Yeah, beautiful.
Can I show you one more really quick thing? I don't know if you can see it all, but on every single piece of paper that I have, it's God by Clive Wants, what I want personally, what I want, and my Deer Valley house, my Rolls Royce, all of it goes on top, and it's on every single piece of paper that I have that's important to me. That I write it all on every single one of them, and books.
That's great.
Got it in all.
That's great.
It's just something that if it's in front of me, that I'm thinking about it.
Yeah.
And I'm putting out the energy, and it's going to happen.
Yeah. And understand, one of the things the committee likes to do is say, hey, like, oh, the Rolls Royce isn't there yet, so why be doing that? It's not about the Rolls Royce. It's about the feeling. And wow, I just love, this abundance in this life. And so, and I've had where, I went like, hey, should I get a Rolls Royce? And then, how much money that is. And I can do, other things with that. And then a Bentley. And then, I ended up with like 2 Land Rovers. And that was, kind of more reasonably priced, if you will, and different color, a gray and a red one, and then, but it's not about that. And that's where the committee wants to have you on. Oh, I got to have the $1 million. It's not the $1 million. It's the today. Here I was again. Normally Mondays I'm not out, but Monday I was out. I had something, and then I realized that, oh, I just love this one scratch off, and it's $30. Did the scratch it off, and I won $100. That's what it's about. I just love having more money, more easy money. I more than double. I more than triple my income, or doubled actually, because I put in 30, right?
Right.
That and then, and it's like, this is just so much fun, because it's not about having those things. Believe me, I know people that have all of that stuff and are miserable.
Right.
Okay.
Right. So
And it
right.
doesn't mean that it caused the misery. It just means it's not going to bring you, if we can all sit and realize we have our own kingdom, and that our kingdom prospers now and into the future. And that's another great one to say. I just love that me and my kingdom prosper now. Yeah. That they all prosper, you and your kingdom, because you're it. In fact, Seth is the one that, and Seth was, again, divine intelligence, this group of consciousnesses, if you will, and channeled through this lady, and which is a different name. The lady was, her human form, if you will, and Seth is the first one that said, "You are the creator of your own experience." And the reason why I say that and why it's right with me is because I channel with the divine. And so I have these thoughts and these ideas that come directly from the divine. And the good news is we all have that. And it's all just so much fun. Just ask, hey, I want to start, channeling. I want to start connecting more with God. I want to connect more with divine intelligence. I'm Mr. DI instead of Mr. Zoom user. You could change your word to divine intelligence.
I have.
Yeah. Hey, there you go. So with that, let's go ahead and connect with the divine. And we're going to do that with our breath. And I'm going to share a couple things about the breath that maybe before you close your eyes, maybe you want to take some notes. But there's some key points about your breath. First of all, breath, like in the Bible, biblically, spirit means breath. Your breath, by having deep breaths, is the fastest way for you to connect with the divine, with God and all that is. And so one of the techniques to use, to be aware of, is to try to breathe through your nose if you can. And because you have a filter system of the air, and with the hair and everything in your nose, that it's able to do that. Also to breathe lightly. And so this is to be able to just breathe. So it's not it's just this softness. And think about you just being softer and more gentler. And then breathe slowly. So it's this breathe lightly, breathe slowly, and breathe low from your diaphragm. So it's not your chest, it's your diaphragm. And that way you can really let these breaths sink in, and the divine. So let's go visit the divine now. And I invite you to close your eyes and to begin to breathe in deeply. Breathing in 5 seconds, slowly, lightly. And then breathing out 5 seconds. And just relax. Become more and more relaxed as we now connect with the divine. We breathe in. And as you breathe out, just breathe out anything that has troubled you, bothered you from today or this past year and just let it go. This is a new, fresh beginning as a new, fresh breath comes in. Oh, and that puts newness of your thoughts, newness of your emotions, newness in your body, just becoming so relaxed, so refreshed, so happy, so in love. And breathe in, breathing in the divine. And just releasing now, relaxing, allowing the divine to flow in you, through you, to you. We now invite our inner being, our higher power into our mind for better feeling thoughts. We ask now for better feeling thoughts. We ask for better feelings, your thoughts, your feelings. And we ask for you to flow in every cell in our body now, every organ in our body. In every sense, let us see with your eyes, let us smell, taste, hear, and touch the divine that is with us now. Breathe in. And breathe out. Oh, becoming so relaxed now as we invite our inner child in to be now more playful, more funner, more youthful, more carefree, realizing that everything is being taken care of, that we are being taken care of and loved and cherished forevermore. And breathe in. And breathing in this world, this beautiful world that we appreciate so much, that gives us the air to breathe, the food and drink to consume, for us to not only survive, but thrive in this amazing world, this beautiful world from sunsets to sunrises, to blue skies, to the night stars. Such a beautiful world we live in. And now we call upon our beautiful angel and our angel that we have just within us now, the angel that takes care of us, our guardian angel. We invite in now. We just love you and your presence being here. We don't have to beat our heart. You do it for us. You help us become a magnet to everything that we want. For this we give thanks. And breathe in now. And breathe in your amazing soul's guides that guide you now. Guide you and support you and love you to experience more wanted growth, to experience more freedom, and the prize, more joy. And joy is ours now as we stand in this beautiful place at one with divine intelligence, leading us to all of our desires, to our joy, to our freedom, to our growth. And breathe in, and now we breathe in, breathing in Abraham of divine intelligence, with the answers, the solutions, the understandings of life and how it plays, and how we can have life play the way we want it now. We thank you for your DI, your divine intelligence, flowing into us now, giving us the thoughts, the answers, the solutions, the understanding of life, of our desires, and how to become magnets to what we desire. And breathe in and breathe out. Oh, and as we just relax, release, and let go, we now invite all the wanted loving energies of the universe that help us to our desires, to help us to have a long, happy, healthy, and wealthy life, to flow into us now. And every thought, every emotion, every cell of our body, every organ of our body, every function of our body. We just love being so loved, being taken care of, having us know that everything we want is ours for the asking. And breathe in. And as we breathe now in silence, for in this silence, I am God. So feel divine intelligence with you now as we are in silence, breathing deeply, easily. We are now connected at one with the divine, the universe, with God, with all that is. All the understanding, all the answers and solutions are ours now. We raise our vibration now to that of our inner being and to our desires. It's the easy path now. It's the fun path, the joyous path. This new year is going to bring magical things to us. Miracles flow to us now. And as we walk at one with the divine, then all is well. And everything is getting better and better for the way that we want it to be. The dark cloud has parted, is no longer there for you. You have direct access now to the divine. Feel its loving warmth upon you now. See its bright light within your mind now. Feel the love of the divine in you and through you and all around you. This is all you need for all you want. And we shall now each remember this moment forevermore. Walking with the divine, being divine. So comfortable, so secure, so confident, so happy, so filled with peace now. And the white dove of peace flows into you now, into your thoughts for peaceful thoughts, into your emotions for peaceful, kind, soft emotions. And peace now flows through your body, being so divine now, feeling the divine in your mind, body, and spirit at one with divine intelligence. And breathe in. And I now invite you back into the room, into your chair. And I'm going to count from 3 to 1. And on 1, you'll awaken feeling better than ever. On top of the world, at one with the divine, feeling so good. And number 3, and 3 is for your mind, body, and spirit. All connected with the divine now, all in peace and harmony with the divine. And 2, and it is you and your higher power that together, walking, being as one. And then 1, we open up our eyes and we welcome this beautiful, beautiful life. This abundant life, living the magical life right now. And so it is. Amen. Ooh, boy. Ooh. How was that? I feel good, like I knew that I would. Yeah, so good. Woo. Boy. All righty. Well, what did you think about that? Unmute, everybody. Unmute. We're going to be doing a little singing. Yeah, doing a little singing. Yeah, feeling good. Yeah. This is a way to just flow right into the new year. So unmute yourselves and get ready to sing. Ready to hit it, Cash. And yes, thank you, Maddie. Yeah, love and prayers to you. And we like to laugh and have more fun.
We like to
have
more
and have more
fun.
fun. For we are the divine ones.
For we are
We
the
are the divine ones. A magical life is the name of the game.
A magical life is
is
the
the name of the
name.
game. Divine intelligence is my middle name.
Divine intelligence is the middle name.
My middle name. This loving energy makes us all right.
This loving energy makes us all right.
As we shine in God's light.
As we shine in
God's light. Sound off. We are divine beings.
Sound off. We are
divine beings. Sound off. We are divine beings.
Sound off. We are divine beings.
Yes, yes, yes.
Yes. Yes. Yes.
All right, feeling good. Now we're off and running, folks. It's gonna be wonderful. And you guys sang great today. Thank you. Appreciate that. Love those divine angelic voices. And all of you are angels. And I love you with all my heart. And know that everything you want is coming your way. Starting right now.
Happy New Year, everyone.
Thank you. You too.
Happy New Year.
Happy New Year.
Happy New Year.
Thank you.
God
Happy
bless.
New Year.
Mike. Hey, Maddie, Sean. Yeah, I love you guys.
Love you too.
Enjoy.
Thank you.
And all is coming your way. Starting right now.
Yes, it
Bye-bye.
is.